Good afternoon. My name is Madeline Kilfoyle, and today I'm going to be discussing a sales presentation for Alcohol Dependency Program for Working Adults. This presentation will discuss three sales approaches that includes the stimulus response approach, the selling formula, and the need satisfaction method, and how each of these approaches would be used to sell the program to an employee assistance professional for a large company. Let's get started. The first approach is the stimulus response approach. In this method, I would start by asking the customer questions that produce a response. An example of the questions I would ask are you aware that according to the National Institute of Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism 2022, an estimated 95,000 people die from alcohol-related causes annually, making alcohol the third leading preventable cause of death in the United States? Is your employees' health and well-being important to you and your company? Don't you think that you should have a program to help your employees overcome alcohol dependency? In this approach, I want the customer to answer the question to agree with the idea that they need the program I am selling to them. The goal of our program is to reduce the use of alcohol in working adults before addiction occurs and offer solutions and treatment options to help employees get the care they need. According to Gomez-Reconnaissance 2018, the repercussions of substance consumption in the workplace include work accidents, absenteeism, work incapacities, and decreased productivity. Adults spend a lot of time at work, making our program useful for both employers and employees to identify and address alcohol dependency. Elling 2020 explains, managers with a greater number of employees demonstrated the highest level of organizational alcohol policy knowledge and were more inclined to initiate early alcohol interventions. Our program offers several methods to address employees' alcohol problems, such as employee assistant professional referrals, self-referrals, which includes employees referring themselves to the program, informal referrals, which is a supervisor or manager referring the employee, or a formal referral is when an employee is referred to an external treatment center. Our alcohol dependency program is a three-step program. According to Malik 2018, an effective three-step approach to deal with issues due to substance use at the workplace include the following. Step 1. Design a drug-free policy. The first step to developing an alcohol dependency program in the workplace is to implement a drug-free workplace policy. Having a policy helps set clear expectations while encouraging employees to seek help. Step 2. Educating employees about intervention methods. We offer educational classes that include the best methods for managers to address employees exhibiting signs of addiction to alcohol and lessons to inform employees about the program and how their care can be confidential and at no cost to them. Step 3. Our last step is to send employees that need help to treatment. The last step in our program is to give your employees the care they need to return to work and be successful. This step includes sending them to one of our local and approved alcohol treatment centers. Having a program with the three steps above has been proven to be successful in the past, and it will be successful for your company. There are several benefits to having our alcohol dependency program at your company. According to Malik 2018, an audit conducted after 6 years with these steps showed several improvements among the treated employees in terms of reduced absenteeism, improved productivity, and reduced accidents and improved company image. Our program has also been proven to produce a healthier work environment and improve employee morale. Our program aims to help employees get back to being healthy so they can return to work and be successful long-term employees. The next sales approach that can be applied is the selling formula. This approach uses a series of steps to get the customer to agree to buy your product. Awareness is the first step. Awareness lets the buyer know why they need to have your program. I previously mentioned to the buyer that the alcohol is the third leading cause of preventable death in the U.S., but why does this matter to them? This matters because many of these deaths are working adults that could be people that work for their company, which should matter to them. Interest is the next step. Interest involves gauging how the product matches the customer's needs. To relate the product to the customer, it would be helpful to include actual statistics about their company and how the program will help them specifically. Desire. Desire is the third step that requires the person selling the product to relate to the customer and find a way to get them to want the product. I would do this by emphasizing the importance of having a program that helps prevent and treat alcohol dependency and shows employees that the company cares about their well-being as a person instead of just as an employee. The last step of the selling formula is action. Getting the buyer to take action and buy the program means that you have successfully executed the sales pitch. The last sales approach that I'll talk about today is the need satisfaction method. The need satisfaction method is a customer-oriented approach that identifies the needs of the customer, why there needs to be awareness of the problem, and lastly explains how the program will fulfill the needs of the customer. Identify the customer's problem. In this scenario, employees that have alcohol dependency issues is the problem. Identify why there needs to be awareness of the problem. Alcohol dependence can lead to a loss of productivity in the workplace. Explain how the product will fulfill the needs of the customer. The program will help reduce dependence in workers and prevent addiction. Biblical integration. As Christians and as healthcare workers, we must work to provide people battling alcohol addiction with the same amount of respect and care we would for any patient. Romans 15:2-3 states, "We should help others do what is right and build them up in the Lord. For even Christ didn't live to please himself. As Scripture says, the insults of those who insult you, O God, have fallen on me." Providing programs for those battling alcohol dependency is essential and not always considered a top priority in the workplace. In conclusion, as a working adult and manager, I know how difficult life can get and how hard it can be to identify when someone you know needs help. Our alcohol dependency program will take the burden off your managers and employees to have the resources they need to prevent alcohol addiction in your company before it happens. Thank you for your time. I hope you've enjoyed my presentation, and I look forward to working together to implement our program into your company.